Welcome back, traders, to another video. And in today's video, obviously we're going to be covering the top 10 Forex traders in the world. Now, if you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe down below so you can stay up to date with everything we're covering, because you don't want to miss a single thing. And also make sure to smash that like button. Now, in today's video, we're going to expose the top 10 traders in the world. And you may be thinking that they are people, you know, like Warren Buffett or George Soros or any of these people right here. But the truth is, it's none of these people. It's actually an entity, and we'll go into that later in the video. But basically, I wanted to make this video to open your eyes to really understanding these Forex markets. And you need to understand that if you think a $5 to $6 trillion a day market is left to chance, and that everyone has a fair play in this market, you're wrong. These markets are definitely manipulated, whether it's the stock market, the cryptocurrency market, the Forex market, whatever it may be. You need to know that there are big players, there's big whales behind a lot of these moves. And when you see manipulation or whipsaws or really weird stuff happening in the markets, it's not by chance that happened. No, there's reasons for that. And a lot of people may know this as news events or manipulation or big banks. Whatever it is, I'm going to show you guys exactly why the markets do what they do today. And you're going to figure out how to actually finally become one of the top 3% traders who are actually profitable and can turn this into a lifelong sustaining income. So again, if you really think that the Forex markets are as easy as going on Google and typing in Forex patterns, reversal patterns, or whatever, and if you really think it's that easy to just start learning these patterns from Google images and that you're going to be profitable with these, you need to think again. Remember, there are people who are in control of all of this knowledge, and there's a reason that this information is free, right? In a market that moves trillions of dollars a day, even if you had your little piece of the pie, thousands, tens of thousands of dollars a day, do you really think that information would be free? No. You need to understand that, because a lot of people want to come into these Forex or foreign exchange markets and make a quick buck, and they want to make money quick. And yeah, you can make a lot of money real quick in the foreign exchange market, but you also need to understand that coming in with that mentality, you're going to get screwed over and you're going to lose all your money. Again, referring back to this because I think it's so important, today we're going to uncover who is moving these markets and exactly why it's so important to understand this as your foundation of trading. Because when you understand how the markets move, you can then trade with the people who are moving those markets. And now, to really get this out of your head, the top 10 traders in the world are not people. They're not individuals. They're trading firms. They're banks. They're huge hedge funds. And I'll prove this to you in a little bit. But I just want to give you a quick example of what I mean. When you're looking at the Forex market, you understand that the Forex market moves in kind of a harmonious way, right? It goes up and down, back and forth, and it's fluid and it has this nice motion to it. But what happens when the market does something like this? Do you guys really think that that's something that's natural in these markets, whether it's in the Forex market, crypto, or whatever it may be? Do you really think that something like this is natural after looking at all of this stuff? No. Now, a lot of people may say, well, that's just a news event. That's just, the economic news between Euro and USD, and there's stuff happening in Europe. And yeah, that's true. But after I show you guys who the top 10 traders in the world are, they're taking advantage of this information, what's going on in here, and they're using news or certain areas in the market as reasons to whipsaw the market to get people out of trades. Now, before I actually show you the top 10 Forex traders in the world, I want you to think about this and answer this in your head. Have you ever been in a trade where you took a position, let's say you bought, and your stop loss was hit before the market went in the right direction? So your bias was correct. You were looking to buy the market, you are looking to buy Euro USD, right? I'll give you a quick example. How many people, or how many times has this happened to you where you see this nice double bottom, or you see this nice support or break and retest, and you're looking to get in on this off of these wicks, these dojis, or whatever they may be, and you're thinking of putting your stop loss below the low because that's the safest spot, right? Or maybe even a little bit lower because, spread and whatever, and you just want to be right. And now you're going to put your take profit a little bit above that last high, and look at your risk to reward, almost 4-1. That's a perfect trade. I would take that every single time. But how many of you have gotten into the market right around this area, seeing that break and retest, seeing that doji, those reversal patterns? The market starts to move in your way, it stalls for a little bit, and then your stop loss is hit, but your directional bias was correct. How many times has that happened to you? How many times have you been right in the direction of where this market is going, that your trade was correct, but your stop loss is hit first, and then it makes its move? Now you need to understand that this is not by chance. This is not something that's just random. These things happen on purpose. Things like this, these are called manipulated moves, and they're done by these top 10 traders in the world. And I'll show you guys exactly what I mean. So when you type in the top 10 Forex traders, players, profitable traders in the world, comes up with people, and you get all these magazines and these blogs and these videos talking about who these top 10 people are. But if you want to know the truth, you can come into Wikipedia, and again, Wikipedia, people say it's good, people say it's bad, whatever. But if you just type in the foreign exchange market into Wikipedia or even in the internet, you can come down here. It'll give you a quick summary of, who's trading in it, how it started, all the background. And we're not interested in that stuff. But one thing I do want to bring your attention to is this part down here, is to show you that it is a $6.6 trillion a day market, and that's from April 2019. So just keep that in mind once we actually look at who these top 10 traders in the world are. Scroll down a little bit, and you're gonna end up finding right here. These are your top 10 currency traders in the world. And as you can see, what's in common with all of these traders? They're banks. Now, if you haven't known this yet, if you haven't figured it out, banks are the people who are manipulating these markets. Central banks like Citibank, JP Morgan, Barclays, HSBC, banks like these, they are in control of these trillions and trillions of dollars. These 10 alone move more than 50% of the market. So when you're seeing trades like this happen, when they put in trades, they're not putting in a lot size, a standard lot or 10 lots or whatever. They're putting in hundreds and thousands of lots, millions of lots. And that's exactly why the market can whipsaw like this and then fly in another direction, because they have enough money to manipulate these markets. And so really take this into consideration. Citibank does over 10% in the market volume. The market does $6.6 trillion a day. 10% of that, you do the math. Just imagine how much money they're moving per day and how much power they actually have in these Forex markets. Why it's important to understand this. This alone won't change your trading. But what it will do, hopefully, is that it will change your mindset when you're coming into these markets. When you're buying a currency pair and you get stopped out of a trade, but it still goes in your direction, you're going to understand a little bit more why. You're going to know that these markets are manipulated through these top 10 banks. And it's important to understand, because now that you understand who is moving these markets, now you can start to understand how to backtest these strategies. How do you think that the banks make their money? Because in investing, the way you make money is a transference from the impatient to the patient. Right? In order for someone to make money in investing, someone else has to lose money. If you make $10, someone, somewhere, your broker, another person had to lose $10. We don't make money magically. You make money by other people losing it. And so when these banks are making or moving trillions of dollars a day, that's why 96% of people lose in the foreign exchange market, because they'll come on Google and they'll look at Forex reversal patterns. And why do you think that's free, right? Why do you think it's so common to find a support on Google? And people tell you when price is rejecting here, you want to buy. Put your stop loss below the low and you're good to go. And then something like this happens. You get stopped out and it goes in the right direction. Patterns like these, your trend lines, when you're looking at these, right? 1 touch, 2 touch, sell on the second touch, maybe even the third. And again, you get screwed over. Why do things like this happen? It's on purpose, because these banks understand how a majority of the traders are trading and they use that to their advantage. But if you can change your mindset and understand not to trade the retail way, then you can join the group of the successful traders and understand these banks are manipulating these markets. And in order for them to make money, they need to take money from the majority. So when you stop looking at the markets like the majority and think like a bank, have a smart money concept, and understand, if I was a bank, where would people's stop losses be? Probably below the lows of this support. And what do you think happens next? Boom. And there's so many examples of this, right? This happens all of the time, everywhere, all over these charts. You just have to look at these moves, these huge wicks, and then moves down, rapid moves down. Whenever you see something like this happening in the market, a nice decline or an incline, that's fluid. That's what the market should look like. When you see things like this that are rapid and fast and crazy and it's volatile, people are going crazy, that's typically a news event or a manipulated move in order to reach for something. And that something is people's stop losses, right? People's stop losses. So that's for a whole nother video. And again, like I said before, if you guys are interested in what we're sharing in this YouTube channel and you want to know how to trade with a smart mind, trade with the banks instead of the retail herd, I suggest you subscribe to this channel, because we're going to be releasing new content every single week in order to allow you to become more profitable in these markets. We're going to show you more examples, more trading examples, more technical analysis, and just more concepts used by the wealthy in order to profit off of this foreign exchange market. So if you guys enjoyed this video, definitely leave a thumbs up. Make sure to leave your comments down below of what you liked and you didn't like, and be honest. Criticism always helps. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure to subscribe.